Yeah, so jumping into Copilot, Copilot has been an update to ChatSpot, which some of you already may have seen in your HubSpot instances. It uses AI and a large language model companion, which essentially means that it's able to understand natural language and then write to you in natural language. It can help you consolidate huge amounts of information and take the context out of that and give you the relevant insights. Um, and it operates across HubSpot using your CRM to pull in insights that you can then action against your leads, your customers, and their engagements. So we're going to dive into a quick demo of it as well to show you some use cases. So we took the example of if you were a sales rep at your team and someone asked you to join a deal really quickly, you might use Copilot to run a really quick summary and research a company for you. So you can put in research in the URL, and then it will give you this summary along with a big breakdown of key properties and pieces of information based on that URL, whether that company's in your system or not. You can also add it directly to HubSpot from here and then see those bolded pieces of information. We then also had a call in our system already that had been transcribed. So I was able to ask HubSpot to summarize that call for me. So if I was going to be joining a meeting with these prospects that I didn't have the context for, I can ask it to summarize this discovery call, and Copilot will very quickly take something that was about a half-hour call into these notes, again, bolding those key pieces of information for me. So once I understand what it's all about, I could set up a task for myself as well off the back of this. Um, and then I might know that the call is going to be with someone else, so I can type in their name, which, although Copilot is contextual, it understands the data that's in your system. We find it's useful to give it a little bit of a prompt of where you want to go first. And then once it knows who it's talking about, I can just say contextually, prepare me for a meeting with her, because it knows who I'm talking about now because it's in the chat. And then it's able to pull through a summary of Sarah, and it's got stuff in here like that she loves rainbows and hates rain, because those are things that we put into her notes. And so it can not only pull the emails, but also that information. And then say you've got a bit of time before your meeting, you might want to pull some reports. We can also ask it to pull some reports in here. So when it catches up, we can say, yeah, how many deals were created monthly this year or last year? And in a matter of seconds, it can pull up a report. So you're able to multitask, you're able to just tick off all those quick ticks that build up throughout the day. And Copilot will give you a visual report. There we go, so it pulls through. So essentially, it's really great for helping you catch up in a matter of minutes as opposed to hours of going through notes, and then also running those quick little reports. Then you can also use the prompts within Copilot to teach you how to talk to HubSpot. Because again, that terminology piece is interesting in the beginning, but once you understand how to use research and summarize, it becomes a lot easier. So where is Copilot? It's in the HubSpot app. If you've not got the HubSpot app already, I really recommend downloading it. It's quite underutilized. It's in your HubSpot in the top right-hand corner, and it's also on the Chrome extension. If you go into the settings and enable it, it will pop up while you're around the web in your Chrome browser, and it will show information for you. As we've talked about, it scrapes and summarizes information. And then we've also put a few prompts at the bottom. One of the ones that I really like is asking what recent PR an organization has released, because it gives you some conversation starters and some prompts and gives you a really clean interface with the summary and the context of those articles to save you some time. Yeah, I know that we've been using it for ourselves, Sarah. Do you want to talk through the impact that it's been having for us?
Yeah, so since Six and Flow began testing and using Copilot, um, The biggest area that we've seen is the time to action piece. So summarizing accounts can be completed in seconds. And it's especially impactful when you think about how the average sales rep spends about 18 hours a week on administrative tasks. The fact that we can pull up a history of deal records if and come quickly prepared to a meeting. If another sales rep is hopping on a call in replacement of somebody who can't make it, they're able to quickly become up to date on what that prospect's activity looks like. So they come fully prepared to the conversations. From a marketing perspective as well, we're able to use it for that content creation piece for any emails and blogs that we're creating, help us with our tone and all that stuff. And from a CS perspective, we can summarize ticket summaries, summarize account and contact information really easily. And so ultimately that time to action has been the greatest impact.
Mm.
So yeah, do you want to go into the key learnings that we've had?
Yeah, totally. So yeah, as we've already discussed, it's just fantastic for helping you tick off tasks so much quicker by working with Copilot. Um, I talking to the team, we've been able to reduce a lot of that sort of low level work of just summarizing, passing information from place to place. It's so much faster now. Um, the only limitations that we found with it, which sort of just are things to be aware of and shift your process, is if you're creating a company record from Copilot. So when we did the research with the URL, you can add it into your system. It doesn't enrich the data, it doesn't populate anything beyond the company. So that's where you need to combine it with these other tools that we talk about later, like data enrichment. You can generate content directly in Copilot for your blogs, but you can only apply your brand voice if you've got that Content Hub Pro um, license level. So it will just be generic AI tone of voice. You'll still need to edit it. And it can't yet directly edit a ticket, so for the support hub side, but it can recommend replies and help you in other ways.
And the last thing to add, I think for the impact side, is that we've been using it to quickly get notes ready before a prospecting call. And so, again, back to that time to action, I keep saying it, but to do things really quickly before a call and become fully up to speed has been a massive impact for ourselves. What we do have to say with Copilot and pretty much across the entire AI features is that it's not a silver bullet, and that the more accurate data you have in the system, the better the output. And that's going to be a core theme that we'll probably be repeating quite a bit throughout this webinar.